What moment of your life would have gone viral if it had been recorded? Was in a chemistry class for college when I was around 17. I had to sit near the front due to hearing issues, but we were going over model answers for a test we'd done. Everyone had done pretty rubbish on it, so the teacher was really angry at everyone and kept being her usual passive-aggressive self. I wasn't really paying attention because I hadn't done too badly on the test, so I was zoned out, but still looked like I was paying attention. I don't even know what sparked it. That's how much I wasn't paying attention. But the teacher suddenly just yelled, "What the f is wrong with you all?" and it scared me so much that I jumped out of my chair and threw my water bottle. I have no idea why I did it, but she genuinely made me jump, and for some reason my first instinct was to launch my water bottle at the board. I think if it would have been recorded, my embarrassing moment would have went viral for all to see. Half of me is glad because my friends never let me live it down, and half of me is sad that nobody will ever see it. My husband is a bit of an active sleeper. He has done all sorts of things in his sleep: eat, make coffee, check the mail, move furniture. I wish we had a camera in our house to capture the night we fell asleep in the living room and he picked me up and carried me to bed. I woke up along the way. He wasn't super gentle, and he dropped me on the edge of the bed. I bounced right off. My wife is that way. She once executed a perfect spinning back fist to my ribs in the middle of the night because I cheated on her in her dream. My son has inherited it. He came into our bedroom one night and said, "I need the dogs to get past level 1. What? We were in the middle of math class and a lot of us were being quite loud, talking, etc. while the teacher was talking. He got really upset and started yelling at all of us. He is normally very calm, so we were all shocked and speechless. When he was done, there was complete silence for a solid 20 seconds. No movement whatsoever. When all of a sudden, the Mario theme started playing. We all looked to where the sound was coming from to see one of the kids scrambling his phone out, saying, sorry, that is my ringtone." Thinking about this moment never fails to make me laugh. I was walking home and saw my teacher stuck in traffic on his scooter, so go up to him from behind and go "Hey sir" really loudly. I kinda wanted to scare him a little bit, but he freaked out when he heard me, and while turning his head to look at me, he also pushed on the accelerator and drove right into another scooter that was in front of him, all the while screaming and cursing me out. I was laughing so hard but also felt really bad for him. Oops. Walking home to the dorms wasted in the winter, lose my balance and fall against a parked car's hood, roll flopping down the hood onto my back in front of the car. I'm laying there for a few seconds when the car's light flash and the siren blasts a single hoop hoop. Oh fuck. I say out loud, "It's the police." I get up and start running. I make it as far as the 20 feet to the other side of the street and try to vault the single chain and post fence lining the dorm's walkways. My foot clips the chain and I face plant right into a snowbank. My dad is going to murder me, I think to myself as I lay there, waiting to be arrested. But the footsteps that had been coming after me stop, and uproarious laughter ensues. With my head buried in the snow, I'm not sure if the officer said anything. All I heard was laughter as the car door closed and the patrol car drove off. Not believing my luck, I scrambled out of the snow and stumbled back to my dorm. I was freezing at that point and one of the girls on the floor took pity on me, wrapped me up in a blanket and we watched Fight Club. That's also the story of the first night I spent with my wife. Or that's a sweet ending right there. As a teen, during a game of one-on-one, I tried to toss the basketball to the other guy by bouncing it off my crotch. It would have worked fine, except I'm not built like a Ken doll, so I just power slammed the ball into my dangly bits and fell to the ground. Probably the time I was messing around with my family at the park and punted a basketball the full length of the court only to nail my little brother in the head. Luckily he had a helmet on. Unluckily he was riding a scooter and went down pretty hard. I bet your parents were laughing on the inside. The day I woke up to my husband raging at his video game. I know what you're thinking. How would that go viral? Well, on top of the yelling, I walked into the room to find him drop kicking the shit out of our recliner and then ripping his shirt like he was the Hulk. That was a whole new level of rage I've never seen him reach over the past 9 years we have been together. I wish I would have recorded the moment. Somebody probably called him a F on COD and left before he could say no. I pooped my pants. As an adult, It looked like I was struck by lightning or having a seizure. I need context. Living with Ibs in a nutshell. I pooped my pants about 2 hours ago. It felt like it was a big solid turd with some gas for me to let out. I had 2 bites left of my lunch, so I wanted to finish it before taking a shot. I tried to let out the gas, but I was betrayed. It was only a little bit of gas and a lot of liquid shit. Did some laundry, took a shower, and I'm older and wiser because of it. Take it in stride. I was around 9 when I was able to build my first paper aeroplane in class. The teacher had gone to the toilet, so I decided it was the best time to play it. As I launched it, it went right across the room and made the pointy front tip hit my classmate straight in the eye. I was sent straight to the office and my classmate had to go home, and probably wasn't in school for a week. Oddly enough, we still stay in touch and he's fine. On the topic of paper planes, I had made one and was throwing that bit around, as you do when you're a kid. I would have been around 12 or something and bored out of my tits. Well, because my plane making skills were quite shitty, this plane would always turn in a wide arc and come right back. It was cool as fuck. Threw it like 10 times and every time it would repeat the same arc and come straight back. Decided to be a funny guy and throw it towards my aunt's face. It did not arc. We were hiking, and came across someone in a lowered sporty car, stuck in the mud out in the middle of nowhere. We started helping them try to dig their car out of the mud, only to have a truck, friend of driver, show up and immediately get stuck as well. Car owner called for more backup, bigger trucks, and they all proceed to show up, one by one, and get stuck in the mud. One of the trucks caught on fire. Driver absent-mindedly set down a high-powered, heated flashlight on his center console. Truck driver got so mad his nose started bleeding, and wanted to kill the original car driver stuck in the mud. It was like one of those comedy movies where everything went wrong. The time I kicked that boy in the face because he tried to look under my skirt. Elementary school days were the best. Wasn't my life, but I watched a swarm of what I guess was 13-16-year-olds try to rob this older guy who just started like punching them in the face and fighting back. He won by a lot. It was pretty messed up. They scattered, but he really hurt 3 of them. One of the first viral videos I remember, this might have been 2005, was something like this. 4 teens attacked this big biker looking guy and he absolutely rocked them. It was pretty satisfying. Okay, so picture this: a 20-year-old craptastic Honda Accord with 4 wayward teenagers inside. I'm driving one hand out the window and flipping off my friend in the backseat while we're stopped at a red light. The light turns green, or so I thought. I step on the gas and my car screeches forward about halfway through before I realize I'm running a red light. Hand still out the window flipping the bird. What did I do? Only the most logical answer. I reversed back to my original spot. At my 13th birthday party I was laughing hard and went to lean back against the wall. I fell through. Whole room laughed hysterically and I laughed so hard I nearly stopped breathing. Being sneaky when my friend group was 15 or 16 getting drunk in one of our basements. One of my friends randomly starts to have a mental breakdown and literally turns into a demon. Strips off 100% of his clothes, yelling the most racist and homophobic things. Pummeling anything that comes near. It took 3 of us to stop this stark nude possessed crazy person from running upstairs and attacking the other guy's parents out of context. It definitely would have been a sight to see. It was at a track meet at the concession stand or maybe somewhere else, I don't know. Cashier. Okay, that will be $2 plus tax. Me. Like 8 years old, but I didn't order tax. Once at a school car pickup, there was a teacher that told people to stop looking at their phones to find their parents' car. I was texting my dad and she took it. So, my friend had an idea to use his water bottle and pretend it was a phone. We did it, and it worked perfectly. We were all looking at it. So she went up to us and said, "Do I need to take another one?" It wasn't long before she realized her mistake. After this, she had a defeated look on her face and gave the phone back to me. I have so many questions. What is a school car pickup? Why can teachers take personal possessions? So, at my school, if you don't ride a bus, your parents pick you up at car pickup. I'm pretty sure teachers can take your possessions because of a contract that parents signed saying they can. I Walder landed on fail army, jumped off a weight bench at home. I had forgotten about the ceiling light till my head the bulb and the bulb shattered. I walked away without a scratch.